Good day. Steve again with the Jeep Wagoneer build. Just wanted to show some progress. It's been a long time since I made a video. I took a break to, do some other stuff. So since last time, I finished plating the frame right up to the bumper thing. Got the axle mounted, set up. It's ready to go. Track bar is in. Track bar mounts on the frame here. Got this. Put another cross base under the motor. I don't know if it'll work. Well, I know it's low enough, but I don't think I might cut it a little bit higher so that it's sort of interfering. Right now I only have about 9 3/4 inches from the axle to that, so I want maybe to have a little bit more. Got some shocks in. These are just the Bilstein, they're like 14-inch travel shocks. And right now the suspension obviously is way higher. It should rest about 6 inches lower with the weight on it. So then I should be good for about 6 inches of up travel and 8 inches of down travel. So here's all the joints in and stuff like that. Nothing much has changed with the rear. Finishing up the springs for that. Beefed up all my frame body mounts, raised them up 1/4 inch because I added 1/4 inch steel, and fixed up the rear. This is really the only place where there was some rust on the frame right at the end here, so I obviously fixed that up. I might change this if I add a little bit different bumper. That's for the fuel tank. These straps, I got another set of straps. I already had it in. There's my fuel tank. It's just an XJ fuel tank, like 80 liter. It's pretty much all I can fit back here, unless I go for a deeper tank, but I had that one kicking around, so I will use it. And I will use the fuel pump, the XJ fuel pump in the tank. And I got a Holley inline fuel pump to bring up the pressure to the required pressure for the LM7 motor. And then I'll have a flow pressure regulator that runs the fuel back in the tank to control the fuel pressure. Any excess pressure will just go back into the tank. And yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% happy with my shock things, but I mean, they're strong. I mean, it's just a shock. It's not, unless they hit the end. Shouldn't put too much strain on it. And then, yeah, it's getting there. Haven't done much on the body of the Jeep yet, but I'm going to clean that whole bottom up and paint that. Here's my steering box relocation. I wanted it to look pretty much like not too heavily modified, so I cut out a section of the frame inside and dropped it down 2 inches, and then reinforced and plated all that. So it looks like it doesn't look too heavily modified. Should be pretty good. But it'll improve the angle. 2 inches lower on the steering box will improve the angle of the drag link. And in my steering shaft still is decent. I had to remake my motor mounts from what I had done because of this. It comes up about here, and I wanted to get some clearance. My other ones were a little bit, but I also dropped my motor down close to 3 inches from what the stock height was. So again, keep things low. Yeah, so that's all of that. And yeah, short little video to show. Yeah, under here, this is all new. I might clean that up a bit. It looks kind of ugly. But yeah, so it's pretty well braced, the steering box. That's the big thing. The big thing is also the track bar. Adding the track bar puts a lot of twisting forces on the frame there. So here's hoping that it's strong enough. I might abandon this one and make one that goes right to the track bar thing under here. It depends. I'm just going to throw the motor in and check how things look as far as clearances go and stuff like that. I still plan on doing, after I'm done my back springs, I'll start working on the high steer, relocating it and putting a heim joint steer in. And I'm going to have to modify the steering arm to accept the bolt, and I'm going to make it so that both sides are bolted instead of using that silly washer that just only bolts the heim joint from one side. I think that looks awful weak. I'm sure it's strong, but I don't know. Lots of guys do it. Anyways, yeah, these are the heim joints for my steering. Pretty beefy, 3/4 inch bolt. Not as big as the joints on the suspension, but they're also not rubber lined, but they're rebuildable and pretty pricey from a Canadian company. And got tired of paying duty. I don't know what the change in the government is, but bringing stuff up from the States costs an arm and a leg now in duties and taxes when it didn't before. So yeah, I learned my lesson on one little order I made, and I end up paying way more than what I would pay here when the government touched it. Anyways, not going to be anti-government on this one, even though not much impressed. So here's this drive shafts. Maybe I'll measure for them and get one made at least, and then I'll drive it to the drive shaft place when this guy gets going someday. And hopefully by summer, this is whatever, mid-January, I will get this thing rolling by summer. I have a set of 40-inch rollers that I'm going to put on this thing. And with the smallest wheel that they make for this kind of vehicle. So I'll design my high steer around that, so and with stock offsets, so I don't have to get crazy offset wheels. Yeah. That's cool, I think. It's pretty strong. Well, wait until testing. Okay, have a great day.